What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to Garnett-Tools. Today I have a toolbox tour for you. So, my toolbox is in a service van. And this is just one of my toolboxes. I have another one in the rear of the service van here. But we'll get to that one. I'll put up another video about that one. But this is my toolbox. Now, I want to show you real quick. This is where I keep my flashlights. Nice little roll pouch for wrenches. It works pretty well. Got my magnetic pencil holder and a light right there. But the box is made by Homak. Homak is a company based in PA, I do believe. But this is a pretty nice toolbox I got from them. I think it ran me only like $6.50. It's a 36-inch or 35-inch, they call it, cart that I took the wheels off, threw it in a van, and it works pretty well. So we'll go ahead and open up. The top here though is I took a clear rhino line, or I might have it here. Yeah, no, I don't have it anymore. But I took clear, I think it was Duplicolor actually. Or no, yeah, it was Duplicolor. Clear bed liner is what I did the top of this with. Gives it character, you know, but I already did that. Open it up. Here is my box. Now this is where I keep all the sockets. I have ratchets over here, and I have some miscellaneous stuff in the side over here. So starting with the ratchets, I have a gear wrench 120 XP. Standard length. It's a pretty nice ratchet. Next I have the FLL80 by Snap-on. 17.5 inches long there. Not Carlisle 3H drive. That Snap-on's 3H drive too, but this is a flex head. A little longer, but not as long as that Snap-on. Another 3H drive, standard F80 Snap-on. My last two, I have a gear wrench, 84 tooth, long 1/4 inch drive, and a standard length Napa Carlisle ratchet. And that's all my ratchets. I follow like a 2 ratchet rule, so looks like I got four holes left. So I gotta pick 2 more companies to get my ratchets from. I like using a nice mix of brands because you get a better feel what you actually like that way. So moving on, this is all my 1/4 inch stuff. This is a gear wrench security Torx. The first, this from here to here, it is 1/4 inch. From here back, it is actually 3H drive. Next is my Craftsman deep 6-point. Craftsman shallow, standard and metric 6-point. This is a Snap-on impact swivel. And finally, these are Vim standard hex sockets. Now, all those 1/4 inch drive sockets here are on gear wrench rails. They do pretty good for when I'm driving around and bouncing around. They do pretty good for the 1/4 inch, at least. Moving on to my 3/8 drive. First, I have to show you that from Sunex I have larger hex sockets, stubby, metric and standard. I usually keep them on a rail, as you can see, but I haven't gotten one yet for this set, so that's why it's here. But over here I have SK 12-point shallow standard 3/8 drive, and they are on the torn rail, twist lock, magnetic. I like it. I had to wrap one of those around here. I think this is a 1 inch. Pretty large socket for a 3/8 drive, but it's a 1 inch socket. Moving on, I have Cornwell semi-depth, semi-deep, 6-point. Then I have Baco, shallow and deep, standard. These are Harbor Freight impacts, metric and standard. I don't have too many sizes of those. These are Garnett-Tools, Japan, metric socket set. I think I have 8mm through 19 in that set. These are Craftsman. This is an oddball I found in my box one day, but these are hex bits, 3/8 drive hex bits. There's a little stubby extension. It's a snap-on chrome swivel. Spark plug sockets, Craftsman. Longer extension, Craftsman. Now that was all my 3/8 drive. So we got quarter inch 3/8 drive. And that's 3/8 drive too. Moving on to my 1/2 inch, I also have those on those same torn twist lock rails. These are metric Craftsman impacts. I have hex here. These are Craftsman too, and adapter, 1/4 inch, or not 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch drive to 3/4 inch. Then I have Craftsman 12-point deep, standard and metric. I have shallow 12-point. I think these are metric. Yeah. So metric 12-point shallow. These are metric as well, 29 here to, I think this is a 36. Yeah, so 12-point metric, 12-point metric. That's a Harbor Freight 1/4 3/8 adapter impact. This is again a snap-on impact swivel 1/2 inch drive with the pin retainer. This is another 1/2 inch drive to 3/4 inch drive adapter. That's an impact though. This is a 1/2 inch drive to 3/8 adapter, just like the one in the back, but that's a Craftsman. This is my 12-point standard set. I ran out of 12-point. I usually like keeping my stuff the same, but yeah, this one's 6-point. Over here is Harbor Freight 3/4 inch drive impact sockets, shallow. These were pretty cheap. I think they were like 40 bucks or something for the set of 8. Moving on, this is my Craftsman pry bar. Pretty long. Harbor Freight breaker bar. Craftsman breaker bar. Smaller pry bar, Craftsman. This is Craftsman Impact, 10-inch long extension. 2 shorter Craftsman chrome extensions, and then I'm actually missing one. I have Harbor Freight back there, wobble 3/8 drive extensions Impact. My last 2 sockets up here are Proto. This is a 2 9/16 Proto, number 5782. And this is a, gotta work to find this, 55mm Proto, number 5555M. So that's all my sockets. So I'm gonna look to fill those ratchets, get more ratchets. I got a couple companies in mind. I'll be sure to put it up on my channel when I get them. But moving on to the drawers. Starting at the left here, I have a knife, you know, like a general box cutter. These are snap-on, the whole set of extensions, 1/4-inch drive. I keep them in there because I like that it came in a little set or whatever. I'll probably rearrange my box a little bit and move these to the second box in the back and put on my extensions. I'm thinking about some rearrangement here, but moving on, these are stack-on organizers. I keep the lid on them because I drive around in a service van, and where I live is pretty pothole stricken. So here I have Harbor Freight Pittsburgh Pro little mini picks, a couple wire brushes, Craftsman longer picks. This is my favorite spark plug gapper. It's a Lang. I don't know the number because it wore off, but it's a Lang spark plug gapper. It even has a little tip in here that lets you. There's a little ledge down in there where you can bend the arm on your spark plug. These, I don't even know what they're called, but you put a socket on here and then put a wrench on here, and allows you to do some extra things. I've never even used them. These are blades for the knife, razor blades, and I have a Ghidorah bottle opener. In this thing, this other stack-on organizer, I have just some wood spade bits and this tap here. The tap is a GTD, I think, M24 by 3. Yeah. Never even used this thing. I found it one day and it's just whatever. Now, the last thing I have in the drawer is my Bondhaus hex wrenches, Allen wrenches. I have the metric and a standard set, and these things fit pretty well. Like, they fit so tight, and I think the whole set was is you can get them between, I think, $25 and $17. So if you're looking for a set of these, you can get the double pack. It's a double pack, by the way, and it's, I think the max I've ever seen it was like 32 bucks. And they just fit so well. I lost one, so I had to replace it with another. But moving on to my next drawer, I have my screwdrivers. 8 of these are Ghidorah striking cap screwdrivers. I have 4.5 millimeter to 8 millimeter, and these are also striking cap, and I have a Phillips 1 to Phillips 4. It's a pretty big screwdriver. I have one additional one, and it's not a striking cap. It's just a long 200 millimeter Phillips 2. You always need one of those. But Craftsman, long flat bladed screwdriver. Craftsman, long flat bladed screwdriver. Then I have some, you know, randoms in here that sort of serve me whenever I need. This is for holding, it's supposed to hold a screw in there, but it doesn't really work because if you saw there, it just pops off when you try to put a screw on there. But I keep it in case I need it. And this is my SK 1/4 inch driver, and I like these because you can pop any socket you want on it and just use it like that. On it, I keep my the only snap-on socket I have. It's a 8 millimeter, and I keep it on there because really I only use this tool for hose clamps. Those hose clamps which have the nut on it. So that's why I keep that on there. It's a mid-length socket. Wish I had the stubby, the actual short socket, but that's all the snap-on guy had. In this drawer, though, is the product number of the model and serial number of the toolbox. So if you want to take a look at these, see how you can get them, there's the information. And also, I have a review of these screwdrivers up on my channel. I'll put a link, a card or something, to where you can check that out at. Moving on, here are my metric wrenches and adjustable wrenches. Now, over here is my ignition wrench set. Craftsman. I have this Proto 46 millimeter wrench back here. It comes in handy when I need it. I'm a equipment mechanic, so I do come across bolts and nuts that are that large sometimes. I usually find them on like JLG man lifts and stuff of that nature. But here is a assorted wrench set. It's mostly Craftsman. It goes from 7 millimeter to 24, and these are I bought a set of the raised panel Craftsmans, but I had to get a westward 24 millimeter because I lost, or I might have lost it, or it might have not come with one. What else I have in here? An Autocraft 12 millimeter, a Evercraft 10 millimeter, and is that it? Yeah. This one was like a blemished, I think. One of these two. Yeah, you can tell by how the wrench is in there. I had to take a file to it. I bought it off eBay, and the wrench here in the end was sized like a 8mm. So I had to take a file and sort of grind it out to make sure it's sized as a 10mm, which is why I had the Evercraft 10mm, because this one was wrong. I lost it. I tried to buy another one that didn't work, so that's what happened. Down here I have a set of Matco line wrenches. Now these are my favorite line wrench because you have the open end on one side and you have your line wrench on the other, and it makes it easy when you break it free, because that's the only time you really need it to be shaped like this, is to initially break it free, and then you take it off, flip it over, and you're free to, you know, use your open end. But I have the set of 5, and it ranges in size from 10mm to 14mm. Here is my Craftsman set of ratcheting wrenches, and this set ratchets on the open end as well. I really don't like that. I used it heavily for a while, and when it came to certain things, it really didn't work well. So I kind of stopped using these for the open end and generally just use them for the box end. They're all Craftsman except for this one, which is a gear wrench, 11mm. The set didn't come with a 11mm, so I had to get it. Moving on, these are my adjustable wrenches. Now this one fits the best, and it is a Westward, I believe. It's got a slight taper on the, very slight taper. I'll pick it up. I don't know if you can tell, but the mechanism is buttery smooth, but it's got the slightest amount of taper in there, and it allows you to sort of size your fastener, pull back a bit, and it's tighter, which allows it to work better. This is another adjustable wrench. Don't know the brand or where I got it from really. And this is my actual crescent wrench. Does that say Crestalloy? Never noticed that. Never really noticed it says Crestalloy on the back of it. But yeah, that one fits the best. Now, the rest of the drawer, the box comes, you'll see in the remaining drawers, the box comes with these foam liners, or yeah. So in every drawer I have, even the top deck, it has these foam liners. But this I got from Snap-on. It's a Blue Point rail, WRM10. It works nice. Now everything in my boxes has to be magnetized, unless I want it bouncing all over the place. So these are OEM branded rails. They are like magnetic tool holders. You're supposed to put sockets on the top and bottom, and then there's a little tab. If you can see right there, there's a little tab. You're supposed to screw it into something, but they work well like this. I just get 2 of them, set the wrenches on there, and when I open this drawer after a long day of driving around, they are exactly like that. Moving on, this is my standard drawer of wrenches. Now again, you see the OEM branded rails I have here. Funny story, one of these in this drawer is actually from Snap-on, and he charged me $30 for it, the rail, and I was like, huh, that's a pretty steep price for what this is. So I got on eBay and found what these are, and they are actually $6 a piece. So I'll leave a link if you want to see that. This over here is my sort of standard wrenches. So what I mean by that is, you know, general wrenches that you would see every day. Here I have a Craftsman set of double open end. I have 3/8 to 9/16. Here are my standard ratcheting wrenches. I think again 3/8. No, 5/16 to 3/4 inch. This is my Craftsman Professional set. It ranges in size. This is a combination wrench set. Ranges in size from 1/4 inch to I think 1 inch. Yeah. Then after that I have my Craftsman flat plant what are they called? Raised panel. Sorry about that. Raised panel combination wrenches. They are the large set. You got a 5-piece set when you bought those, and it's from 1 inch to 1 5/16 inches. Yeah. These are, again, like the top, like the metric drawer up there. These are ignition, little tiny ignition wrenches, combination 12-point. Now over here is my specialty sort of rail. So I have Sunex dual angle wrenches, or angle wrenches you would call it. I have from, let's see, I think 3/8. Yeah. Ranges in size from 3/8 to 1.25 inches. I really like these wrenches. When you get into doing hydraulic hoses and stuff like that, these come in handy. They are almost necessary. Here, like the top drawer, are my line wrenches, open end and line side. Now these are different in design than the ones you saw in the metric drawer. These are an older design, I believe, of the same set. So if you go in to find a standard size of Matco line wrenches with the open end, they will be like, it will be like this instead of like this. Now they both, I believe, actually no, these do not say USA on them, so keep that in mind. They might be made in the USA, but generally when they don't put it on a tool, it's not. So these are the American made version. In the standard set I have from 3/8 to 5/8. Then behind it I have again Sunex from 3/8 to 1 inch stubby wrenches. I really don't like these because I like these and I like these, but I don't at the same time. The stamp, the size is only on the front, plus it's only on the head. It's etched. It's not even etched. The size is really only on the head here. There's nothing on the back. That's why I kind of don't like them. And for the same reason I kind of don't like these. It's stamped, but only on one side. I would like to know the size on both sides of my tools. If you can see, this is the same way. So I don't like that. But apparently when they switch to wherever they switch to, Matco put Just as on both sides, like it should be. I really don't know what happened there, but my movie recording just automatically stopped. Why do they do that? Whatever. But these, I don't know if I said this already, but in the video, if it stopped before or not, but it's stamped on both sides on this Matco set of line wrenches, and it is not stamped on both sides on this set of Matco line wrenches, and that's not done on either Sonic set. So I really don't like that, but I do. That kind of is overshadowed by the fact that how much I like the way the tools actually work. I like this set and I like this set. This set, they're okay. So moving on, this is my pliers drawer, and like sort of handled tools in here. Screwdrivers are up there, but these I generally put elsewhere. So these are files. Got a 3-sided file there, a round file. These are, I believe, Auto Craft, something like that. This is, I think, is a Harbor Freight file. Just a regular file you see every day. These are Milwaukee shears. These are Crescent, I don't know what you use, like scissor opening. I think they call them the X2 Crescent pliers. They work nice when you need to get down on a deep dark place. And the same thing, but at a 45-degree angle. These are, I believe, Dorman wire crimpers. They work nice. Craftsman Lyman's pliers. I have Irwin vice grip, a small one and a larger one. This is Dorman again, a wire stripper, automatic wire stripper of sorts. Okay, so moving on, I have a vice grip again. Companies like to call these water pump pliers. Don't really know why, but they're adjustable that way. They're not the tongue and groove. I really don't like the tongue and groove style, but that's that. These are Craftsman Professional. I don't know if they're professional, but they're precision kinda pliers. These are needle nose, and these are snips. Like a general maintenance type of plier. I don't even know what these are, where I got them. Here I have a Knipex pair of cutters, side cutters. I have a pair of Craftsman side cutters, Craftsman duck bill pliers, Craftsman needle nose, vice grips needle nose, and a smaller set of vice grip needle nose. Now these are my favorite vice grips ever. I actually lost this pair and I went and got the set of 2 because I loved them so much. They are just amazing. I absolutely love these pliers. When you need to actually grab something and reach down and pull it out, these work well. If you're in a fork truck business or equipment business and you're working on, you know, larger pieces of equipment, these are pretty much necessary. Moving on, I have my Knipex snap ring pliers. This is the, I believe this is the internal set. Yeah. And this is the external set. Yeah, I have 8 of those. Down here is my gasket scraper or scraper. This is something I thought was cool. It was from Ideal Industries, who owns SK. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like a stripper type of multi-purpose tool. It's pretty cool. But the remaining things in this drawer are the holders here. This holder is a, they call it a tool holder. It's a Torin tool holder, pretty much what it's called. That is a Torin screwdriver holder. They are magnetic on the bottom as well as in the slots. So when I'm driving around, just like my wrenches, when I open this drawer, the tools are like this, and it makes it so simple. These are just on another Torin magnetic bar, I guess you would call it. It's magnetic on the top and bottom, just like those, and the whole drawer comes together nice when I open it. They don't move and they don't go anywhere. So this is my least favorite drawer. It's a bunch of random tools that didn't have a place anywhere else and don't really have a place in my second toolbox. But these are Pittsburgh Pro clamps, surface clamp. They don't work well. These are Pittsburgh Pro Harbor Freight C clamps. They don't work well. On both of these, when you put a good amount of pressure on any of it, they spread. So it's really takes away the point of using that tool. So this is a welding chipper hammer. I don't really even know the brand. Back here I have like eye hooks. There's a bolt for that. Smaller one in there. These are Lau branded oil filter wrenches, which actually swivel. This one's tight because I don't use it that often, but they actually swivel to match the angle. And fun fact, these have something welded and like little grips inside of them, which I thought was pretty cool. So I have the larger one and the smaller one. Same brand, Lau swivel gripper. I use this one a lot more. But yeah, it's the same thing as the larger one. It has the little spots so you can grip the wrench actually, or the filter. So that's those. I have a Stanley anti-vib hammer, like regular framing hammer. You never know when you're going to need one of those. Here is a Husky 12-inch, no, 10-inch pipe wrench. I have a mirror under here. It's from Ullman. Extendable. The inspection mirror here. This is my favorite tool in this drawer. It's a crescent chain wrench. I need a longer one, and I'm looking at picking one of those up, but this one works pretty well. And this helps when you're, sorry about that, camera ran out of memory, but this, like I was saying, this is pretty handy when doing rebuilding lift cylinders or tilt cylinders, stuff like that, steer cylinders. Here's my rivet gun. It's Arrow branded swiveling rivet gun. It's pretty nice. I really like this thing. Last couple items here. This is a tape measure with a level on it. I got this from a company I used to work for. This is a Harbor Freight inch-pound, quarter-inch drive ratcheting torque wrench. I think this is off actually by a couple pounds. This is a Harbor Freight ball peen hammer. And this is actually my Craftsman half-inch drive torque wrench. It is not a full digital torque wrench. It's a, you turn it on and you pull this out and you twist it and it raises, and yeah. So it's just like a digital readout torque wrench rather than a fully digital torque wrench. But I like it. It works pretty well. It's lasted me a good bit. I've only had to replace the batteries once too. And this is possibly my second favorite tool in this drawer. It is the Nupla Handy Hammer. And look at that. It's actually made in America. It's a, you can hear there's shot in there, and it's a like dead blow hammer without the handle. You have a soft face here and a hard face here, and this is comes in handy when you're using punches and stuff like that. You don't have to pull out an actual hammer to get your job done. And I really do like this. It's a 14-ounce hammer. It feels pretty nice, and it's pretty good. But yeah, I need to organize this drawer a little more, better. Take some of these tools, put them in a back box, and like I said, I'm in the midst of thinking about some rearrangement. I actually forgot this is a box cutter, but oh wow, guess that's why it's in there. But yeah, that's kind of like my junk drawer. This whole box is like a strictly only hand tools and power tools. So my last drawer is my power tools, and I have Ingersoll Rand. It is the EB2125X half-inch drive air impact. I have a Makita XP-H01 drill. Another Makita. This is the 12 volt. That's, I have the battery on a charger, but I think that's an 18 volt. Yeah. And this is a 12 volt impact driver. I really like these things. It's DT01. This is that one. This is my 3/8 impact, 12 volt, same as that. It's the WT01, and this is a smaller 12 volt drill, also from Makita. It is the, doesn't say, does it? Yeah, wow, it doesn't say. But that's that. I really like these. They came in a set. Cornwell guy wanted like over $300 for, I think, just these 3 tools and 2 batteries. Or just these 3 tools. Yeah, just these 3 tools and 2 batteries and a light. It was over $300, and this was under $200 from Amazon. So back here is my Husky air hammer. This is an Ingersoll Rand die grinder, angle die grinder. It is the 302B die grinder. This is the light that accompanies the battery for that. And here is where I keep the sort of accessories for the air and power tools down here. This is the wrenches for the die grinder in there, and other stuff like that. The belt hanger for the drill. But yeah, so that's my final drawer, and that's my toolbox tour. It's going to be a little long because I'm really a fan of when someone does a toolbox tour. I feel that you should explain what you have in it and sort of show your like organization methods, because maybe someone out there, you know, wants to use that method for themselves, and if you don't say it, they won't know or won't be able to find really what you have in here. So that's why it's a little bit of a long video. And that was all my tools. So going forward, I'm going to be reviewing every new tool I get, and I'll also put up a toolbox tour of the toolbox I have in the back there, because that's where I keep sort of my box sets. Wow. And my specialty tools in the back there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'd like to say at this point, you know, thanks to all of those who sat through the video, because I do understand it's a pretty long video, but I like to say thank you for that. I also like to thank all my subscribers. I really do appreciate it. It gives me motivation to get, you know, more tools, and motivation to come out here and make more videos for you guys to have a look at. So a few things I missed is that in here I organized this with one of the torn rails, magnetic rails, that's also in this drawer, because it pretty much holds whatever you put on it. And is there anything else I forgot? Let's see. I really don't think. I think that was it. Yeah, those are torn as well. That was it. So I'll leave links in the description where you can find all of my organization methods. I wish I could say I'd put links in the description where you can find all this stuff, but that would make a pretty long description. So if there's something you want me to show or want more detail about, just put a link in the, or not a link, just put a comment on the video, and I'll provide some information if you want it. But that was my toolbox tour of my Homak service cart. So as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching.